At the Opera House, last hours of the convention as delegates of the steering committee honor Edward Stettinius, who later resigned as Secretary of State to become permanent chairman of the American delegation. And Lord Halifax calls dramatically for a standing vote on the completed charter.
And it is now my duty, my honor and my privilege in the chair to call for a vote on the approval of the Charter of the United Nations.
Nation by nation, the delegates stand up for the great new charter they hammered out together. 50 nations standing side by side, unanimous for peace.
The United Nations has played a valuable role in the history of mankind. The UN was a reaction to the shocking atrocities committed in the Second World War and was made to prevent another catastrophic war like this. The UN has worked at preventing wars in general, with the UN also helping with border disputes and civil wars/right movements. The UN has also worked with human rights, with the Declaration of Human Rights in 1947, with the UN establishing it in other countries. Though some don't follow this, like North Korea, Sudan, and Afghanistan, the UN still strives to make human rights fully global. The United Nations has many environmental programs, for example, UNEP, to prevent pollution, global warming, and to help countries during natural disasters. Hello? The events that led up to the UN go back to the Franco-Prussian War, but a bit of context for this. Germany was a mess of over 300 states under the Holy Roman Empire, until Napoleon invaded and consolidated them into 39 independent states. But even after Napoleon was defeated, Germany remained divided, with Prussia and Austria fighting over dominance, until Prussia's chancellor came up with a brilliant plan to reunify Germany under Prussian rule, and engineered 3 wars to achieve that. First, Prussia allied with Austria to defeat Denmark in 1864 during the Second Schleswig War. Grabbing the duchies of Schleswig and Holstein. Then Prussia betrayed Austria by attacking them in the Austro-Prussian War and defeating them in only 7 weeks. Kicking them out of German affairs. Then Prussia unified with northern German states, forming the North German Confederation. But Prussia still had to convince southern German states to join, so Prussia manipulated France to declare war with them in the Franco-Prussian War of 1870 to 1871. Prussia invaded, besieged Paris for 4 months before it fell, effectively ending the war, with Prussia taking Alsace-Lorraine from France and unifying the Northern German Confederation with southern German states, forming the German Empire.
Idea. Wait, what if we all colonize Africa? This was a question a bunch of European powers had, so they all scrambled for Africa. The scramble for Africa is a period when multiple European powers decided to race for colonies, causing a lot of tensions and in some cases almost causing war. Pause. Everybody's about to go to war. And tensions are sky high. What if we just talk it out? So it was. They had a conference with Germany hosting it in Berlin. They discussed who got what to prevent war, with many countries including France, the UK, Germany, Belgium, Russia, Spain, the Netherlands, the Ottoman Empire, Sweden, Norway, they become one country, Denmark, Italy, Austria-Hungary, and even the United States showed up. They all decided who got what. Then there was peace forever. Totally. Bosnian crisis of 1908, when Austria-Hungary annexed Bosnia and Herzegovina, or just simply Bosnia, from the Ottoman Empire during the Young Turk Revolution in the Ottoman Empire, which caused a lot of chaos in Bosnia and Herzegovina, making tensions rise even higher in Europe. Now, the Balkan Wars. There are basically three key events in the Balkan Wars. And first of all, the First Balkan War. The First Balkan War was pretty much the Balkan League, Greece, Montenegro, Bulgaria, Serbia, that revolted against the Ottoman Empire. And the Ottomans got pounded, partly because the Russian Empire was heavily supporting the Balkan League. Secondly, the Tikves Uprising, which was a big uprising in North Macedonia, which was controlled by Serbia, for more Macedonian independence, which was backed by Bulgaria, which soon failed after, with rebels being crushed by the Serbian army. And finally, the Second Balkan War, which was just Bulgaria being upset with what they got out of the First Balkan War, so they attacked Serbia and Greece, with Montenegro and Romania joining. And then the Ottomans joined because they want to get a little territory back from the Bulgaria being pounded, and they surrendered soon after, making tensions in the Balkans sky high.